So this is a continuation of mobilisation, and it's working your balance and your posture. So the real thing you've got to think about is if your balance is bad, you're obviously worried about falling over. So if you need it, get a kitchen chair or something in front of you. You'll see there's an armchair behind me. So if I go to fall over, that's where I land. You'll also notice that I'm not off to one side. If I stand to the side of the chair, I'll end up hitting the arm and going down to the side here. So it's quite important that you position yourself so you're square in front of the chair. The gist of it is if you're a little bit uncomfortable doing it in front of a chair and you've got a decent sort of size bed, double side bed up in the bedroom, I do them in front of the bed. So again, if you fall back, you're going to have a soft landing. The only caveat I have to that would be basically if you've got a bed up against the wall and the length of your body is greater than the falling area you have on the bed, you're going to bang your head onto the wall when you fall back. So the exercises are again a form of mobilisation. We will do them with a nice easy breathing pattern. So the breathing pattern, you define it. Generally you breathe in on one half of the movement, breathe out on the other. So an easy one to start off with is just a weight shift, allowing the arms to go from side to side. If you're doing this and you need to have a break, because you're getting out of breath or you're tired, take the break. Another one, bring your hands together, start with a circle and shift your weight from side to side. Some of you guys think this looks a little bit like Tai Chi or Qigong. It does, but that's where I stole a load of these from maybe 15, 20 years ago. So I do a few one way, a few the other. And then what we've got here is like a forward crawl. So again, I'm rotating through. I think the Qigong movement goes something like that. The forward crawl is just a nice easy replica of it. You feel your weight shifting into your heels, into your feet. And then we've got hands together, coming over. One of my favourites is hands onto the legs. And coming up. So you're supporting your own weight. Okay, so you're going to need some sort of support, preferably a chair next to you. And we use the wardrobe here. Just literally swinging the leg. And to the other side. Another sort of classic sort of Tai Chi movement would be the hands coming up. Opening of the chest. Hands coming up to the sides and down. A lot harder than what it looks. Look behind. So as you do it, you'll feel a weight shift into one leg, into the other leg, into one leg, into the other leg. Again with a chair in front of you of some sort. Side step, bring her in, side step, bring her in. Side step, bring her in. Side step, bring her in. And if you're feeling particularly energetic, sort of marching movement. So marching on the spot will be relatively cardiovascular, and you should feel a little bit out of breath as you're doing it. That can be combined with some of the mobilisation stuff we did seated. So not quite a bent knee, but coming down to the knees, pushing your bum up into the air and bringing it back. So you should feel a stretch onto the back of your legs. And as you come back up, concentrate on a thrust of the hips. Coming up and over. Coming under. So I'm sort of reaching up to scratch in between my shoulder blades. Don't worry about how far you reach, just go as far as you feel comfortable. A stretch up. And sit down. So that's by no means all inclusive. It just gives you an idea of some of the mobilisation work you can do standing. You should still start, if you're a little bit weak and you don't feel quite right in yourself, you'd start in a seated position. And once you feel safe and fairly able to do those exercises, then you would move perhaps to a standing. Prerequisites, if you're really, really unstable, the first time you do them, I would definitely have someone in the room with you, preferably standing right next to you. So if you do need to sit down rather quickly, they can guide you into a seated position. Don't do them on your own, find yourself on the floor with nobody in the house and you're unable to get up. The idea of this stuff is to build you up and give you confidence, not to strip it away. So the next sort of segment we're going to talk about will be on some strength training. And I will probably bring you outside. I've got a bit of it's what they call a spit and sawdust gym I use at home. So I'll use some of the bits there and show you some ideas. You don't need gym equipment. What you need is you and a chair. And we'll do a little bit of that sort of stuff to begin with. So thanks for watching, and I hope that's been helpful.